So this is De Gea's first fucking World Cup.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
Well overdue. And he's absolutely freaking earned it, man.
Manuel's back, by the way. Played his first game against Austria.
Just
lost.
in motherfucking time. Man,
Dude, and it was gross.
Out in September. He's got the armband back, and he's starting goals.
Dude, it's so rough, man. The dude hasn't played in a year, and right away they're going to throw him in. I know he's a legend, and you kind of have to put him in, but, man, that sucks for all those guys who helped, the German team earn their way.
But Ter Stegen feeling. He's like, I almost went undefeated this year.
But you know this guy's better than you.
But no, it's just form. I'm talking form. The guy hasn't played in a
Form-wise.
year, and it's the goalkeeper position. It's not like playing forward where you can kind of figure it out. That goalkeeper position, he hasn't made a diving competitive save since September. And he's going to come in on the biggest stage.
Well, guess what? You know what? If he's playing against Real Madrid, they're in the Champions League finals.
What do you mean? Who's they?
Bayern Munich. If he's back from injury. Real Madrid does not beat Bayern Munich with him in net because of that blunder. I don't think so. Not with that blunder. Not with that whole mindset.
I don't think you could be that definitive about it.
I think it is because just a mindset.
Other opportunities, you don't know.
Because they won twice.
If they
2 years in a row.
I understand that.
And
But
Neuer was
look at the
playing
goal.
2 years ago when they get.
I know, but look at the goals that they scored. I mean, it was
there
just
were Fugazi
the whole
goals
mindset.
with
Yeah,
the keeper making an error, so that error may not happen, but they make. You know what I mean? It's hard.
It's hard because it's Real Madrid. Yeah, you can't assume without those errors there'd be no other.
Now if they lost to Roma, like Barca did, then I might give you that.
World Cup 2018, Mother Russia, Group B, Portugal, España, Morocco, Iran.
and I ran so far away.
I couldn't get away.
I did not see that coming, man.
Flock of seagulls.
We were just talking about Spain. Al thinks they could win the World Cup this year.
Easily.
Not a bad shout, man.
Iniesta's last tournament, baby.
This team's coming in hot. De Gea finally gets his chance in that Casillas relaxing out in Portugal, actually, playing some traitorous football. But, man, Spain looking good for me. I got this group, just to get it out there real quick. Top two going through for me, easy, Spain, Portugal, in that order.
I'm with you on that. Spain, Portugal going through.
Portugal, Spain going through.
Us.
Little CO7, though.
I kind of want to see
No.
Spain and Portugal facing the World Cup final to see if Sergio Ramos would actually go after his own teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo, and try to hurt his arm too.
He would.
Ronaldo would bounce back, though. Keep playing.
No, he
He's
wouldn't.
not a little bitch.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
He did that in the
No,
Euros.
talking about
Euros, he came out.
Dude, they were talking
Euros, he
about
came
a
out.
dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
Dude had a sprained shoulder.
Huh?
Get out of here.
Hey.
He's crying like a little bitch.
Cristiano came out of the Euros final.
With his knee.
Because he
Yeah,
fucked up his
because it was
knee.
a real injury.
And Dimitri Payet will forever be hated because of that.
Dirty bastard.
Who you got?
I mean, this is easy. This is Iran, and then no, it's Spain and Portugal. Who am I?
Iran. By the way.
I believe
Iran.
Iran.
Iraq.
So I'm going with Spain ahead of Portugal.
Dude, and that's the opening game. We got Portugal versus Spain. Opening game for Group B, I should say. The Iberian Derby. This team way back, or these countries way, way back in the day were under one ruling, the Iberian nation. So this is kind of them split up. They had a whole civil war. Won't get into history.
I've heard of that peninsula.
Yeah, the Iberian Peninsula, for sure, man. So this game is a historical one. Little brother Portugal trying to upset big brother Spain. Spain just littered with Euro winners, World Cup winners. They got all the medals, but most recently Portugal has won the Euros.
Winners.
But we can all admit that was a bit of an upset against a napping French team.
Hey, they choked, and Portugal stepped up without their best player. Without their best player. Well, because Shawnee won't be taking any parts in this World Cup, so
Ooh, sad story.
the Le Cooks
I'll
won't
tell
have
you
to worry about that.
Who else won't be playing a part in this World Cup for Portugal? Nani.
So sad
Both
about
Nani
that one,
and
man.
Sanchez. Renato Sanchez obviously barely kicked the ball since October, so
Even when he was on the field.
not in any type of form to play. But Nani, this kills me, man. Quaresma's going,
Yeah,
which I'm happy to
Quaresma.
see. But I mean, Nani, man, this guy's such a wild card. I figured
Yeah, even if you don't start him, we're not sitting here saying
Bring
he
him
should
penalties.
start.
Same for penalties. Or
Bring him
something.
for
No, this guy
experience,
just wants to come on,
penalties.
do his forward
For
flips
his
and all
back
that
flips.
shit.
Dude, he'll bring
him for his
dude,
back
He'll
flips.
bang
Nah,
one in from
bruh.
35, win you the game.
Too many egos, dog. Him and that greasy ass hair. Too many egos.
Is Jerry
There's
curl?
only- There's only so many Jerry curls you can take on one team. Man.
Dude, he's the middle ground between Michael Jackson, 1980, and Cristiano Ronaldo. If there's a middle, it's Nani.
Yeah, man, it was fun watching him playing at United, like right alongside Ronaldo. You can see he was trying to keep up, dude.
so
Trying to
hard.
take shots from 40, like left-footed, weak shots from 40. But man, some of the goals this guy scored, absolute bangers.
The difference Rio Ferdinand said, he was like, dude, Nani bugged the shit out of me because he had bags of skill, unbelievable, left or right, didn't matter, could do anything with the ball, but like his work ethic, just like his dedication, it's just mental side, his mental dedication, not even just showing up every day, but
I'll tell you what he did do, though.
it wasn't like Cristiano took it on himself with the dedication, but Nani just didn't have it in him, and so inconsistent because of it.
Nani hit that weight room. Like, there was a point in
yeah.
time.
Well, there's
where
that,
he was
man,
a
but
stick.
like.
When
got
did he
thick.
hit that weight
But
room,
as far
man,
as
he was
effort
legit.
levels, it's all about like your
Yeah.
work rate on the field and like leaving it all out there. Not to use that stupid expression, but
Hey, man, there's a reason why Quaresma's coming, man. That outside the foot Cheryl is
Still Rabonas, bro.
unstoppable.
bonus for days.
Unstoppable. He's going to get it a CR7.
Dude, Spain ranked third favorites for this World Cup. Portugal 8th. A lot of respect for Portugal. I'm not sure where they're gonna get a lot of production. You know, there's a lot of names on here. Obviously, CR7, Bernardo Silva, Gelson Martins, and Ricardo Quaresma are probably the top 4 guys to name. The rest, you know, can show up, cannot show up. It's gonna be a guessing game with Portugal. They've always struggled with that back line as well.
One last word on Nani. A reason why he shouldn't ever be allowed to play for the
Oh, here
Portuguese
we
national
go.
team.
What?
Remember that moment he stole
Oh, yeah.
CR7, the best goal
yeah.
CR7 would have
I think
ever
it was
scored.
against Spain, right? Or
Against
was it
against Puyol, against like
Yeah.
Ramos, the double douse into like
Casillas.
Elastico, and he
Yeah.
scoops Casillas. Of course, Nani tries to steal the goal.
And Nani was offside, right?
Dude,
they pulled the
Nani's
goal
face
off.
after that goal is a funny. Just
Never
fucking just
again.
ran back, dude.
That's
Awful.
probably why. Yeah,
Ball was in
CR7
the
was
net.
like, don't bring him. Don't bring him.
But yeah, you were saying where's the production going to come from? I think Bernardo Silva is going to be a very important player for them, just being that playmaker. Obviously, CR7, I think he's going to do what he always does. He's going to provide goals. And we saw this Portuguese team in the European Cup playing a very much cross, get the ball out wide, cross it in for CR7 and the other strikers in there. And I think we're going to see something very similar as well. I don't think they're going to play the most exciting brand of football, but I do think it will be effective in the end.
And don't forget, man, you
It
still
will
got
be.
your boy Jamario in the squad.
Not my boy.
I thought you loved that guy at West Ham. No, I'm thinking Spurs. Who's all over Joe
No, he was at West Ham. He was at Inter, and then
Yeah, John Mario is at West
but
Ham.
he's
All right.
he's not my boy.
I think I like him, but like he's not my boy.
No.
Like I was happy to see him go to West
Well,
Ham.
that's your boy.
Minutes.
Another, yeah,
You know he's
my
my
boy now.
Yeah, that's
And another guy might be surprised to go is Pepe is still in the squad. Pepe will be traveling.
Well, I was just going to bring him
Legend.
up. That's the guy that we really have to watch for 2 reasons. 1, he's getting older. Well, actually, 3 reasons. 2, he's not playing in such a. He's not playing La Liga anymore. He's
And
not playing in the
3
Champions League.
red cards.
Exactly.
Playing
His
at
temperament.
Turkey,
He's the one person that could screw this up for Portugal. He can do something dumb. And look, he's 35. He still does dumb things. I haven't really watched him in the last year because he transferred, but at the same time, he does dumb things even in after his prime when he should be.
Doesn't matter, man. It's that experience.
the wise man on the
You're trying to close out a game. You're up 1-0. You throw this guy on. He's gonna throw elbows. He's gonna win headers.
So that's the red card. That's the red card.
Dude, he's
fucking all
So
over.
Al just got him a red card.
Are you not listening? Are you not listening? You're saying you're trying to close out a game. You
Yeah.
just need someone to go in there, win tackles the last 5
I
minutes.
said he used to throw
He
elbows.
gets a red card. It doesn't matter. Game's over. He's not going to play the next game anyway.
He very well might be starting.
He
He
sacrificed
want that.
himself to make that last man tackle, saves the game, professional foul.
There's a good chance he's starting.
I don't think anyone's
Yeah,
buying
he'll
that
start.
one, man.
I think he'll start, man.
Yeah.
You got Jose Font in there in case you guys forgot about him. He was at Southampton.
Who?
Moved to China.
No,
getting that
West
money.
Ham. Went to West Ham first.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And then got forgotten. Like, he just forgot because he did nothing. He
Yeah.
did absolutely nothing.
Did nothing. You got Adrian Silva from Leicester as well, who was a big name for Leicester. Didn't have quite the successful year. My boy, the guy who I feel should have made his move earlier in his career, didn't. João Moutinho That was my boy, man. Linked with United for like 4 seasons.
It was
just
on Porto
never.
for the longest.
Porto wouldn't let him go, and then by the time they let him go, it was too late. But he's over at AS Monaco, balling out with all those youngsters doing his thing in Ligue 1. But Andre Silva, this guy, at the start of the season, I feel like there was a lot of noise about him, a lot of prospect. He's at AC Milan. AC Milan obviously didn't have quite the successful year.
But he still wasn't able to break through on that first team of Milan. Those other guys just cutting them off essentially. Kolasinac. Yeah, bringing guys in like that. I think he was from Fiorentina. So he still wasn't able to make his mark. He hasn't had the best year. So how much support CR7 will have, I don't know. I do like Portugal's fullbacks. I think that's where one of their strengths are. And if they can get those guys overlapping, I think there'll be a problem, man.
Yeah, you're talking Cedric Suarez, who's a guy I think he's playing above his level at Southampton.
Semedo.
Easily
at Barcelona.
Semedo
They got the left back from Dortmund. He can also play central mid. Was it Guerrero? So look, man, I like their fullbacks a lot. Their center back pairing though, that is a weakness. And we'll see what they can do in the middle with Andre Gomes, Bernardo Silva, and Fernandes.
Dude, Gelson Martinez is a guy who's making a bit of noise right now at Sporting.
Nice. He's nice.
The pace on him, Huss, you would like him for FIFA, dude. This guy's a ghost. Plays out on the wing.
I'll pick him up then.
He's one of those guys who are touted to, if he has a good World Cup, he could easily find himself at a top 3 club anywhere in the world.
Well, not the same thing, but it's almost the same scenario for Cedric. Southampton.
Yeah, Cedric Suarez, dude. He's playing.
Oh yeah. So it's one of those things where someone has to pick him up. He can't be on Southampton.
Look, not yet, man. I think he's getting reps at Southampton. He showed promise for sure. This year was a good year, but to pick him up now, I think he has to have a great World Cup for him to move right now. I think he still needs another year at Southampton, and then from there he can go. Because wherever he goes, man.
I'm with Huss on this, man.
How about Leicester?
I think he showcased it for the past 2-3 years. Now it's making a step up. And I'm not saying go top 6 necessarily. He needs to make a progression.
Leicester City.
He's 26 years
Leicester
old.
City. Put him right there.
I wouldn't even pick Leicester.
I would.
The thing is, if he leaves to go to a non-top 6 club, it's going to take him another 2 years. Like, he won't move twice in 2 years. For the most part, because clubs don't let players go. Whoever buys him, if Leicester buys him next year, let's say Leicester or Everton buys him next year, they're not going to let him go right away the year after that. It depends on the year
he has and the offer that comes in.
Yeah, for sure. But on average, most players that go to clubs like Everton.
Okay, I agree with that, but I don't think it should be final. Like, it should be a finality to it.
No, that's what I'm saying. If he goes another year to get his stock up, he can find himself at a top 4 club. Like, that's the ability.
Or his stock could go down. He could have a bad year and never make that move.
But I don't think he will, man. I think
it happened at Dortmund last year. Man.
I think this is the year for Cedric,
There's a certain winger that went to Dortmund last year and then went to Barcelona the year after.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. But
who? Name him for the people.
Dembele.
Ousmane Dembele.
He's special, dude. He's special. He's. So
is Suarez. No, he's not.
That's all common.
Moving on to Spain, my possible favorite to win this tournament, dude. I'm just going to read out a few names of a possible starting 11. You can put together the pieces. So in that, we got Pepe Reina.
Throwing elbows. Minute 1, trying to close down the game.
Hey, that distribution, though.
David De Gea in that possible defensive lineup. Carvajal, Piqué, Sergio Ramos, Azpilicueta. In the midfield, you got Busquets and Thiago Alcantara, Iniesta or David Silva, Asensio, David Costa, Rodrigo. This team is ridiculous. Isco's in there. The balance needs to be there. There's a lot of big names, but I think the experience of the squad is just ridiculous.
Here's a question. Do you think Diego Costa starts game 1?
I think his move back to Spain since Christmas, he's been playing well for Atletico, won the Europa League. I think he's in good form. I think he could start.
I think he does because there's no Alvaro Morata. They need a central striker, some sort of hold-up player. They have guys like Iago Aspas who they could potentially fit in there, but other than that,
the only thing that worries me, why I'm asking that question, is that chemistry, man. These guys know he's Brazilian. Sure, he's declared for France, but this dude even plays like a Brazilian. He's got that fire. This team tends to play a little more clean, a little more level-headed.
Who else is their choice? Is my question.
Dude, how much is Morata hurting?
They always have.
How much is Morata hurting that he's not at the World Cup?
Dude, you could see him when he got subbed out the last 5 or 6 games of the year by Conte. Subbed out. dude, he was slamming like water bottles because he knew, man, if he didn't get his minutes, he wasn't gonna make this World Cup. And it's interesting that a guy like Rodrigo from Valencia, who had a good year, but like, it just goes to show how competitive this team is, man. A guy who's at Chelsea, touted to be, you know, the next Spanish number 9, doesn't even get a call up to the World Cup.
And how quickly things can change.
Absolutely.
He wasn't fully fit
Shouldn't
either.
have went
Yeah.
to Chelsea.
Well, I like the Costa starting because we just talked about Portugal. We just talked about Pepe. Who gets under your skin more than Diego Costa? Who can get Pepe that quick red card? Diego Costa. Put him on there. He's physical. He'll
And he's
run
got the
someone down.
experience,
He'll run
too.
him off
Yeah.
the field. And then you know what? He has the finesse to run through the middle and just touch that ball into the net. He has a pretty good shot for someone that's considered, I guess, a brute.
Yeah.
And then if he goes against someone like a Pepe, he can get under his skin, and then he takes him right out of the game.
Well, even if David Costa doesn't play, I mean, Iago Aspas, 22 goals last year for Celta in La Liga, so he's in good
He
form.
played well against wasn't Aspas? Oh no, never mind. I thought it was someone else. Never mind. Relax. I thought he was the one that scored against
Having a
United.
seizure, bro? He's
No, I thought it was the one.
You're telling me
He
to
was, like,
relax?
thinking
No,
through
no,
it.
no.
Telling me to
Thinking
relax?
out
I
loud
thought
right now.
that was the guy that scored against United. Yeah, my
We'll
fault.
see.
No, for
if,
me,
if
the-
he stops talking, someone else could talk, and that's
Yeah.
just be, you know, you gotta keep
I
it
haven't
going.
talked that much at all.
Yeah, man, for me, it's just that seeing him in World Cup 2014, there wasn't a lot of, you know, gelling for
And
him.
I
you
think
know,
they've had
so-
time, man. I think they've had time since
4
then.
years.
And I think
2 years.
In the Euros, too, though.
Two
You know
years.
what you're going to get from Diego Costa in terms of work rate, effort. Rodrigo, will the moment be too bright for him? I think he's another option, and I like him, but I don't know if you want to start a guy with absolutely no experience
Yeah.
in a World Cup.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go false 9, throw up Asensio up there. Asensio can score from far.
I think
score.
that's a plan B.
We'll see, man. We'll see. It'll be an interesting shout.
Spain with arguably the best midfield in
The
this
world.
Cup.
Dude, like Busquets and
I hate
Alcantara
that, dude.
Koke,
and Koke.
Thiago,
Dude, like the ability to hold the
Iniesta,
ball and keep it in. No.
Asensio.
This midfield is, you get past the midfield, you get Piqué and Ramos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get Aspilicueta or Carvajal. Dude, this team is so.
And
And
Jordi
De
Alba
Gea
is-
behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
Jordi
wait for
Alba.
the passing just to watch this game because look, tell me where Silva, Isco, and then Iniesta. The way they can distribute the ball, Costa should be getting goal after goal after goal. The way they can just put the ball on the platform.
Yeah, the striker is going to be the X factor for.
That's it.
this
That's
They
what
get-
they've
they
been
get
missing.
options.
They don't
That's
have
what they've
David
been
Villa.
missing.
They don't have
Dude,
that
they
guy.
need Morata. Morata plays well in this system.
I like
man.
Morata, man. Everyone's
I
off
like him.
Morata. I don't get it. Like, this kid,
It's quality.
dude, he almost forced Higuain out of a job at Juventus.
Yeah.
They basically had to choose, and for
Almost.
longevity, almost. But he's a kid. You know what I mean? He came in and he almost took
He's not a
Higuain's
kid
lunch.
anymore, man. He's
Dude,
not
he's
a kid anymore.
23.
I believe he's 25. Let's
Is
double
he?
check.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I
well,
think he's
anyways,
23.
I do
could be
agree with
wrong.
you with the Costa where like
Got it
the
out.
different chemistry where it's Costa a little bit too
25.
direct
He's
for
25.
Silva,
Not a
Isco,
kid.
and then Iniesta. I'm not sure, but I'm really interested on seeing how Isco does. Whether he can Isco can take that next jump because he wants to show Real Madrid like, look, I need to start every game.
And he needs to because he hit the damn crossbar in the Champions League final. You better bounce
Dude,
back,
he
son.
took Bale's starting gig. You know what I mean? This kid is a baller.
He won
Absolute
over
baller.
Zidane, who didn't want to play him. Cristiano told him he didn't want him in the squad because he loses the ball too much, dribbles too much, yada yada. But yeah, he showed good mental strength to hang in there and play with the best at Madrid, Champions League winner.
Dude, it'll be interesting to see CR7 going against half his team. Like going against half his teammates. They all know his tricks from the training ground. It'll be a tough one for Portugal, man, in that opener. I still think they'll have enough to get out of the group. But I think that game's just going to be leave CR7 up top, lob it up
Hey,
there,
how
hopefully get it to Gelson on the wing, break down, or Ricardo Quaresma on the wing to play that ball across. But it's going to be a counterattack. I think like 70-30 possession.
Here's a hypothetical for you. Spain win the World Cup. Ramos is captain of both Real Madrid and Spain. Lifts both trophies. Is that enough for a Ballon d'Or?
Did he score?
It's very close.
yeah,
If Cannavaro can do it for Italy, all he did was win. Yeah, I think he won the league, the Serie A, and the World Cup. That was it. Didn't do shit besides
that
that.
was
I know it's a different era.
That was
I understand that before the Messi Ronaldo era.
And not Suarez,
Neymar.
Salah.
Salah. You know what I mean?
understand.
Like, you look at Salah's,
But
obviously
in your
Ramos-
mind, is that fair and is that justice enough to give this guy
I
Yeah,
like
I've always said, man, they put too much ranking on like goals and
captain
offense.
of both, nonetheless? You know,
Yeah, like
leading these
the
teams.
dude's a legend. Iniesta should have won.
Iniesta should have won 2010.
He got robbed. But
Game
we all
win-
know
game-winning
all
goal
these
for the World Cup.
motherfuckers just watch YouTube and watch the goal production. Like, that's all it comes down to. I think if I was voting, yeah, I'd have him in there, dude. Absolutely have him in there. If I'm a betting man, he's not going to win. Whether he wins a World Cup and three...
Question now is, does he deserve to win? If he wins the
Another
World
one?
Cup and the Champions
Put it this
League,
way: who do you choose first, Ramos or Cristiano? Ramos or Messi?
You're always gonna
Ramos.
go with
Ramos or Salah? Which one do you choose?
I think
You're always gonna go with the goals.
I think
That's a
Ramos would
great
be on
shot,
top of
yeah.
CR7 this year.
Because
So
Ramos is.
If he wins the World Cup,
You'd pick him
I
over
think in the
CR7?
voting he'd be top 3 at
No,
least.
would you... In his scenario, would you pick CR7 over Ramos this year?
This year, as it
This year.
stands now.
No, would you just take him?
What does
Because
that
that's
mean?
Yeah.
of just what he did this year. Would you take Ramos over
You're drafting a
CR7?
team, you have to pick one of them. Come on.
Is this real life? Is this FIFA?
No, but that's best player in the world.
I know.
Either
You're
or,
choosing
real
the best
life
player in
or
the world.
FIFA.
Yeah, you know you're going with CR7,
Yeah, it's
and that's
tough.
the argument.
Yeah.
That's what makes it. Like, unfortunately for Ramos, that's what makes him not get a bomb.
And
you know?
realistically-
but he should deserves to be in the discussion.
He scores
absolutely-
he scores in the final to win the. He scores 3 goals all
Look,
tournament.
if he scores,
and he has 5 clean sheets.
If he scores 2 match winners, dude, now we got a real discussion. Unfortunately, you have to have goals in your
Let's
game
see-
to
hey,
win
he,
this, man.
he has goals in his game.
But I
Well,
kind of
producing.
I know that the Ballon d'Or is huge and everything, but I kind of wish there was a defender that was able to get it because you have to show respect for the defense.
Agreed.
Even keeper in this one, we have De Gea. He very well single-handedly could win the World Cup for
Agreed.
Spain because if he goes, if he plays out of his mind, if he plays on his head, no one's going to score on him, especially with Ramos, Piqué, Carvajal, Alba in front of him, and then you have to get through Busquets and Koke as well. If
Dude,
De Gea plays well, I don't know how you're going to score in Spain.
The last goalie to win the World Player of the Year was a dude from the USSR, Lev Yashin. It was in like the 60s. It's the last time a goalie ever won World Player of the Year. And it was because they didn't even win the World Cup that year, but he was just the best of the best.
Well,
Like
Yeah,
he was
probably like
that good.
revolutionized the
It was
game.
more fair back then because like it wasn't as emotional as goals. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like to your point, I would love to see Ramos win it. Like
Yeah.
I think Ramos is one of the most underrated defenders. Obviously he's rated, but I'm saying like this dude is special, man.
He's a winner.
And
He's a
unfortunately, we're
serial
all-
winner.
Yeah, and unfortunately we're all looking at goal production. You know, and he does have goals in his game. He scored Champions League
He
final
does
goals.
stuff that sometimes statistics don't measure.
Exactly.
But it's also not
and it's
just that.
unfortunate because that's where the voting comes in.
It's
a lot
not
of
just about
defenses.
goals and assists. It's about the money. It's
And
about the
leadership.
market. It's about
Yeah.
Team
100%.
Cristiano, Team Messi. It's Twilight all over again.
Yeah,
Team
I agree.
Vampire, Team Werewolf. Which
All right,
one are you
favorite
on?
movie.
So,
Love it.
so I mean, if you take that out of soccer or football,
Dude.
whatever you want to call it, what do we have the last 10 years?
Dude, but and the great thing is these two players are getting old. Obviously, Neymar's coming in. We got a whole class coming up. But Neymar doesn't have it as clear cut as Messi and Ronaldo did. You know, Neymar could develop into that guy. But as it stands today, it looks like it's going to be slightly more competitive. At least there's going to be
Salah.
4 or 5 names versus 2.
Bro, speaking of Neymar, I mean, real quick, Brazil played today.
Croatia.
Yeah, played Croatia. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Croatia. Neymar, I only gave him 45 minutes. Like, you know, you're coming off a foot injury. Just give you a
little
little
bit of
45
doused.
minutes, bro. His goal just dribbles through in the box, untouchable. No one wants to touch him. Cuts through Chorluka, all these guys, roofs it. Pope bar down, son. Then you got Firmino, your boy Firmino too,
Bobby.
who now I'm starting to think should
Come on,
potentially
right?
start over Gabi Jesus.
You guys were sitting there.
At the
Jesus
nine.
is nuts.
I mean, we'll save the
I
debate.
wasn't.
We'll
I
save
was
the
all about the
debate.
Firmino.
I'm saying these two.
Oh,
are
yeah.
off the table.
I was because he's more dynamic. But you could bring in the youngster off the bench with the energy. But Firmino,
Firmino's silk.
he does.
He's a
He does.
silk.
He's
master,
grown.
Like you say, bro.
The only thing he doesn't
gr-
have-
He's grown.
And
Yes.
the thing is with Firmino, yes, that goal production might not always be there, but he sets up Coutinho, you know, before Coutinho left. Sets up Salah half the time. Sets up Mane.
his work rate's insane. He was at a left back position. Just
Dude, he
tracking
runs back all
track.
day.
Yeah.
And that he doesn't stop. The
High
only thing
work
that he
rate.
does not have from a world-class striker or winger, world-class speed. If you give him world-class speed,
that's true.
he very well is probably top 5 in the world if he has all those abilities.
the work
And
rate.
I mean, I'm playing the what if game, but
No, it's true.
but it would be Firmino would be
It's true,
scary
man.
if you gave him
Agreed.
Mbappe speed. He would be scary.
Let's revisit this debate once
Okay.
we get back to the Brazilian group.
Get through that
can't
group.
wait.
Let's just
Let's talk about Firmino more.
talked about Brazil before we
Dude,
talked about Morocco.
mad
Firmino.
Iran.
Mad disrespect. Haven't even really mentioned the other two teams in the Spain-Portugal group. Probably because they're not going to really matter when it comes down to
They
it.
get smacked
I don't know. Benatia coming in with Monaco. You never know. They could be doing
Who's
something.
he play on?
Morocco.
Cool.
All right, look, I like a couple of Moroccan players, man. Look, every time I've Morocco's always got these smooth dribblers, man. They always got these dudes who can douse.
You know what Morocco reminds me of, dude?
Who?
Like Turkey. Where, I feel like they're the
Okay.
African version of Turkey. In that there's always, one or two guys, you're not sure how to even pronounce their names, but they have silk about them. Smoothness
Bit of
about it.
European touch
Tehran.
too. you know?
Yeah,
Who-
man.
who-
Emre Moore. I like
Who's-
Musafa. I like Yusuf Belhanda. He had fallen off. When he was younger, he was linked with a bunch of clubs. Ziyech, I believe plays for Ajax, and Amrabat.
Ziyech, Ajax.
Who's
So-
that? Who's that?
The
dude?
Watford boy.
Who's that kid that we were talking about that fizzed out? That
Hajim
from
Mastor.
yeah, dude. I mean, this is the
You,
moment
you
where
could have said any name right there.
you know,
You would have yeah, sure.
That was it.
because he's still pretty much young. This would be the World Cup that he'd be coming out
He'd
at.
be playing for Belhanda.
And
he
he-
should be starting that number 10 role right there. But I think you got guys like Hakimi, youth Real Madrid guy. Look, this Morocco team again is sneaky, but honestly, just like
unfortunate
Iran,
draw, yeah.
you're gonna get smacked up, man.
They got an
It's a shame.
unfortunate draw, but I do like that Ziyech kid.
It's good.
This team is kind of primed to where if they have 2 or 3 guys, score some wonder goals against either Portugal or Spain. Never mind if they win a game, but if they have 2 or 3 guys play out of their minds, they could easily get picked up by mid-table clubs
And
around the world.
That too, and if anyone's gonna be susceptible to an upset, I think it's gonna be Portugal.
Agreed.
Not Spain,
Absolutely.
because Spain will dominate possession,
Yes.
guaranteed. Portugal's a team where you could get caught,
Yeah.
and they have to watch out for a team like Morocco, man,
Yep.
who have attacking fast players.
Yeah, man, and Spain can get goals from anywhere. They have a lot of guys who hit match winners, including their defenders,
Midfielders,
dude.
yeah.
So
These guys have nothing
yeah.
to lose, and that's another
For
thing
sure.
with Iran. They have nothing to lose at all. It's just balls to the wall. They're almost happy to be there,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like, okay, now we're here.
Look, for me,
Let's just go
Iran.
for it.
For me, Iran is more to your latter point, happy to be there. Of course they're gonna try, but I think when they look around, there's no one in the locker room to at least turn to and say, all right. You look at a team like Morocco, man. They, like you said, they have guys out of Real Madrid youth systems. They have guys from Ajax. They have guys.
Bro, they have
From
a rich
Juventus.
footballing history, man. I remember
Yeah,
Haji,
man.
and there was a Romanian
Haji
Haji,
was-
but there's also the Moroccan Haji,
Yeah.
who to me is a legend, man. I remember
Best
growing up
celebration
seeing
of
that
all
guy.
time.
Or was it?
You just jump straight and belly flop the grass. Remember that?
Still do that in FIFA.
You could do it in Winning 11. Yeah, back
Yeah.
in the day, Winning
Oh, that's
11 had the
great.
celebration.
Yeah, man. So for me, Morocco at least has some guys who, at club level are around some pedigreed dudes. I agree with you, man. Portugal better watch out. That could actually be a massive upset. If CR7 doesn't show up that day, will they have air there to,
Well,
to
I tell-
carry them through? Nope.
I tell you
It's
who
not
will
a squad.
show up. I tell you who will show up in this group. Just because I can say his name out loud. It's just beautiful. Hussey, I hope this guy has a game, so you have to say his name all the time.
Yeah, right.
Ali Reza, Jahago,
I was just
Yeah, he's talking shit about
Jahabakansh, Jahabakansh.
I was no look hey I've been trying to pronounce it. No, literally look at my screen.
Yep.
It's right there.
It's right there. You go, Tom.
I didn't know how to pronounce
Wow. First
KHSH.
of all, first one kind of sounds like Al Jazeera, even though it's not. Ali Reza Jahan Bagash.
There we go. Hooked on phonics.
I told you, Bakash. Anyway,
Anyway,
Jahabakash. I say it with that accent, man. You gotta get the accent
I
there.
got you, Brit.
Yeah, he plays for AZ Alkmaar in the Serie A, Eredivisie. 21 goals last year, Golden Boot winner, 12 assists. This guy's coming in hot. And also, if you guys don't know, Carlos Queiroz, it was Sir Alex Ferguson's number 2 assistant for years.
Ex-South African head coach.
Did nothing, motherfucker.
Yeah. Went to Real Madrid, did nothing, got kicked out real quick. But he's been with them since 2014. He's been building this team.
Yes, man.
And now he's got in fuck.
that guy.
In Jahabakash.
Just call him AJ.
He's got AJ, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay.
And AJ, he's got a star guy to go to turn to.
Guess who else was balling for AZ Alkmaar or AZ?
Who?
Josie Altidore. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Went
He
through
was
that
the top
period.
scorer.
Going,
And then went to
Hull
Sunderland,
City,
right?
Sunderland. Who wants him? This guy's so I'm not
Damn,
fully
shots fired
invested.
at the Eredivisie.
Look, man, I got
But dude,
love for
this is an
Josie,
American
too.
guy. That's an American
But-
guy. Horrible. Horrible. Look what he did
Worse
for
than
the.
an Iranian guy,
Look
dude?
what. Huh?
Worse than an Iranian
Oh,
guy?
way worse.
Oh, come on. That's harsh.
Way
bro.
worse, dude. Can't even get his team to a World Cup.
Oh. And we got love for you, Josie.
Can't be
It's just-
Trinidad. You kidding me? No.
The pitch was wet.
I mean, I know it's
So complete.
The grass was long. They didn't cut it for like a week.
if they were playing in Iran, maybe they would have more of a chance. And
Iran
look, I know
or Qatar.
Iran's been the best ranked team in Asia for the last 4 years. They actually finished the World Cup qualifying undefeated at 12-0-6.
Is that like a Greek undefeated? Like just
I don't know. Well, they have a pretty good defense, especially when it comes down to Asia, that league, because we talked about it with Australia, and depending on which league you are, you can really shine. But Iran got a little unlucky with being in with Portugal and Spain. If they were in the first group, I think Iran has a chance to go through. If you switch out Egypt and Iran, I think
All right, now we're getting crazy.
no.
with these games, dude.
Well, what I'm saying is,
No.
Iran is
know.
going to
It is,
showcase. There's no way they're going to beat Portugal and Spain to get out, but I think they're going to showcase and show that they have the talent to be back in 4 years.
No. Favorite chant of Iran. 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 That's it. You say Iran, you clap 6 times. You say Iran again, you clap 6 times, etc.,
that's intimidating,
etc.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you make
It's
it
like
seem like
robotic. Yeah.
you're
It's
making
like
it
Iceland with the
Also,
You know-
Peru.
Yeah.
Peru, but America's not
That
much
was
better.
intense. No,
America's like, let's go blue, and they just keep saying that. Is it-
USA.
I believe that we will win. Oh my
I believe
god!
that we
you're
will
right.
win. That's what it is.
USA.
And now they're using that song for like car commercials or something. I forget what it
Yeah, they
was.
are. I heard that.
Yeah, I'm like,
Better be a
what?
Ford
They- they-
Ranger.
Out,
Like,
dude.
clearly we don't believe we can win.
Yeah.
We're not even in this World Cup, dude.
Yes. So once we stopped winning, they just took the song and put in commercials.
It's like, we're done with this.
Like someone's
Jinxie.
got to win.
So I got Portugal top, and am I the only guy with Portugal on
You
top?
changed it, bro.
Nah,
had
nah.
Portugal.
I was
Oh,
I went
Portugal.
with you. He went
All right.
Portugal on
My
top.
bad.
Yeah, CR7 love.
Yo, man, Mustafa Haji. That was a legend. Ranked as one of the 50th greatest African players of all time. Give that guy some YouTube love when you get a chance.
Love it, man. That wraps it up for Group B. We'll be back again with Group C, D, E, F, G, and H as the week goes on. Throw up your comments, guys. Let us know your thoughts. Go to our Facebook page.
Let us know your thoughts.
Your thoughts. Tell us about your hoes over there. But no, let us know if we're crazy. Let us know which one of us is crazy, which one you agree with.
How about a starting lineup for Portugal or Spain? If you think we're wrong with that,
I think Portugal will be an easy starting lineup, but I like Al's starting lineup, the one he threw out. Let us know who you think will make it for Spain. There's just so much talent, man. None of those players deserve to be on the bench, to be honest. But it is what it is. Only 11 can play. Thank you for supporting the show, guys. We'll catch you soon. Anything else before we go?
Yes, 10 days, 16 hours, 38 minutes.